Okay.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Pax the Ripper. Always with me is
Devin sips.
and
Zach rips.
woo! Welcome to Rips, Sips, and Hits, everyone. Today we got for you a pretty fun show, I think. We got Devin going to be running down some of his few topics that we'll be discussing.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the top 10 cards of the 1987 Topps baseball, what they're worth today. Beer and baseball, 100 years going strong, and maybe some ladies in baseball.
Nice. Zach, how you doing over there, brother? Looks like you're choking a little bit.
No, I'm good. I'm straight.
What you got for us today?
Let's see. We're going to talk about Disco Destruction Night in 1979 in Chicago. We're going to talk a little bit about what went on in the NFL as far as overtime rules and how we feel about them. And we got a couple other things we're going to talk about in the card world that some people are getting ripped off. So we got a full show for you guys today.
Full show, got some hot topics, got some buttons we're gonna push. Especially I think with the what's that? Oh, and then also I did want to talk to you guys about our first giveaway. Our buddy Nick was the winner for that giveaway, but however, Nick did not claim his gift. He did not respond to us and send us a DM with his address. That's all he had to do, and he would have won this free box, this Mosaic Blaster. So we are actually putting this back up again for a giveaway. We will, within the show, figure out what the secret word or phrase will be. And all you got to do is, once you hear it, go ahead and go to our page, send us a DM with the secret word or phrase, and you will be entered into win. And as well, we'll also be giving away a free gift for the 3 seashells question. We're going to pick a winner live on the show. And same thing goes to you. Whoever you are, if you win, DM us your address and we will send you a gift. So why don't we go ahead and start off with Devin? Let's go ahead and do one of your topics here.
Okay. Let's do 1987 Topps, since we are a card review and sports podcast most of the time. So in 1987 was a hot year for cards. A lot of big rookies, a lot of big name players. And for some reason, if you can find PSA 10s in these cards, they still hold their value. So at number 10, an average $50 for a PSA 10 is Roger Clemens. Number 9, Mr. Barry Larkin. PSA 10 will net you about $55. Number 8 would be Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson will net you about $70 for a PSA 10. Nolan Ryan, PSA 10 will net you about $95. It's pretty good. He's not a rookie, but I do believe he won the strikeout king that year. Number 6, Pete Rose. Should have been in the Hall of Fame, but he's not. PSA 10, about $109.
His cards are really cool, and
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I still have a couple of them because when he was still playing and managing when I was a kid, so you can still find him in his player manager roles too, like for guys our age. So that's, I don't know. He's such an iconic player, and as we'll get into earlier about the Hall of Fame, probably deserves a shot, or doesn't deserve. He does deserve a shot, or doesn't it? You know what I mean? He deserves to be in there. There we go. We got it out.
There we go.
Actually, we got it out.
Funny thing, Devin, that pack that I gave you of your break cards
has a Pete
Rose
in
there. You should pull that out when you have some time.
I will whip it out for you.
Ooh, nice.
Come on now.
Kids, close your eyes. There might be some whipping going on.
Also about these cards, it was right before the junk wax era.
Yeah.
These are beautiful cards. They have a nice brown border to them. The backs are yellow. Just quality. Thickness was there. Everything was there. All right, where did I lead off?
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. Number 6 was Pete Rose. Number 5, Mr. Mark McGuire, one half of the Bash Brothers. His card will net you not that much, but it's hard to find a PSA 10 of him. $76.
So the PSA 10 is 76.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not that much on average.
I bet you. I wonder if we look on eBay. I wish I knew where my damn laptop was. I could pull some stuff up.
It is behind you, sir.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Found it.
Found it.
Let's see here. Number 4, the other half of the Bash Brothers, Jose Canseco.
That's my boy. You're my boy, Blue. Hey, check this
PSA 10.
Speaking of Jose Canseco,
Ooh, yeah, show
sorry
that.
guys. Go take a look at that. The Jose Canseco on card auto
Baseball.
right there. Baseball. This is actually out of a Topps Chrome. Nice little pull that I got here. This is actually numbered 95 out of 99. Jose Canseco, even though you're weird, still love your cards, brother.
Yeah, even though you let a home run bounce off your head.
Oh,
And you're missing a finger.
Is he missing a finger?
I think he had a gun accident.
A
And-
gun.
I'm pretty
He's
sure if I
working it.
remember correctly. Anyways, continue on.
Okay.
I don't want to spread misinformation.
Hey,
two.
hey, you heard it here first. He had a gun accident. Okay, Jose. PSA 10 will net you about $130. So that's not bad.
And you said these are 87 tops.
87 Topps baseball. Number 3, the only dual sport athlete on the list, future stars in this one, Bo Jackson.
Bo, that's my boy.
PSA 10 will net you about $175, which when these cards came out, they weren't worth anywhere near that. Number 2.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Okay. So for some verification, in 2014, CNN reported that former baseball slugger Jose Canseco, who accidentally shot himself in a finger on his left hand while cleaning a gun, tweeted a photo of the injured hand on Wednesday.
So what? Well, after he was done playing.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang.
But
how much
still,
is that
he's
finger
still-
worth? I wonder.
If you can find it, who knows what he shot? It didn't say what caliber. I mean, you figure if he's fiddling around with the 45 or the 44, he ain't gonna have a finger. Maybe he doesn't even have a hand.
Just a nub. He's
Just a
Jose
nub.
Nub Canseco.
Jose
Anyways, go ahead,
Nub
continue.
Canseco.
I'm
Okay, so
Sorry,
that's kind of cool. So how
the
much was
fingerless
the,
wonder.
did you bring up Barry Bonds already?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Barry
Okay.
Bonds is still on the
Oh,
list.
okay. Sorry.
And we're
about
at
that.
number 2.
So I keep
Donnie
interrupting.
Baseball. 36 beer drinking Donnie Baseball.
36 beer drinking.
Yeah, he drank 36 beers on a plane and then went and played a whole game and hit like 2 home runs.
Wow.
His PSA 10 will net you about $150. So it's pretty good. And number 1, future Hall of Famer, should have been this year, Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds PSA 10 will net you about $300.
So here's the crazy thing, guys. Now, of course, these are the reason why that card value is so high is one, well, it is Barry Bonds. He is a Hall of Famer, even if they don't let him in. But back then it was hard to get cards that were perfectly centered. So what are we doing here?
Breathing
and
exercise.
also back then also, I didn't know what a PSA graded card was when I was 8 years old, 6 years old. I don't know when that became a thing either. I'd have to look at that. We should probably know, but when was the grading started? So those cards would start to be sent in. So
when did
so
like,
maybe that's-
PSA start doing their stuff?
yeah. So because that also could determine how many cards are there, because you're not going to want to send a card that has bent edges and a crease down the
No.
middle and stuff like that. So a lot of those cards back, I don't feel were kept in the best condition because the collecting community hadn't come that far yet to keep those cards nice to be able to be passed in for grading.
Right. If I remember right, out of that list, the Mark McGuire card was the most graded out of that. Like he had
Which
the
will
most
al-
grades sent in, the Mark McGuire.
Well, let's also talk about so you were talking about PSA.
Yeah. What year did PSA start really doing their stuff?
Now, didn't PSA also raise their prices, Zach? I mean, weren't you telling me that?
No, actually they are lowering their prices now. I just heard down to the if you go through certain like and I don't know if what his levels are at, but like the card investor, the sports card investor, like if you go through a big reputable guy like that, you can get down to like $50 a card for like big batches.
Yeah.
So it is coming down, especially for like the more um economic guy who doesn't have a whole lot of money to be thrown out there to get stuff. But you're also gonna want and just do like more PC stuff right now for your personal collection, not maybe so much stuff that you're gonna sell at the moment.
Okay, so it
Or
looks like
things
actually,
that you think are gonna be worth,
yeah.
or things that you think are gonna be worth something, and not maybe stuff that's just might be
That you
great.
think
I'm
would
not sure.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So actually, it looks like PSA started in 91.
Really?
91 is when PSA started.
Okay.
So that's gonna take a huge chunk out of those cards that would have been sent in and graded well. I mean, just how many cards get sent in will also determine the pricing of that card. Even if you
Right.
get a 10, if there's 10,000 tens out there, I have a Derek Jeter that I can't remember where we pulled it out of, but it's a 10,
I
and
misspoke.
it's one of the most graded cards of all time. So it's not really worth a whole lot because of that, even though it's a 10 and a Jeter.
Yeah. So Mark McGuire, even though he's number 5 on the list, his card, a PSA 10, only pulls you not $176, $76.
Yeah. Well, here's the crazy thing. I just pulled up the PSA website, and if you just do it off the website, it looks like it costs you $100 to get a card graded now. $100. Now, I understand that you don't want it to be like too cheap to wear.
Minimum?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it says. It doesn't even have, let's see here, view all pricing. Okay, well, no, hold on. Okay, it's $50. Sorry, Zach. You can just, looks like on here, you can actually sign up, become a member for
Yes,
PSA.
I'm sorry. That's I forgot that.
And then you can get it for $50 a card. If you are not a member, it's $100 a card. Now, before
and that membership is $100 a year, I believe.
which, if you're going to be grading multiple cards, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, if you're just doing
get
one,
two.
don't do it.
Yeah, if you're doing 2, you're basically paying for 1 card, so you might as well. Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing, though. It's like I thought they raised their prices. I thought it was more. I thought it's more expensive now.
No, they're starting to work through their backlog and stuff, so they're able to put more cards out a day, more cards out a week than they were just like even 2 months ago. Because when we really started to get deeper into the more of the business side of things, and I started to watch the sports card collector or investor, excuse me, he was starting to have the PSA guys on, and they were just kind of at the tip or at the top of where they were charging people, and just starting to come down around Christmas time, just right before Christmas actually.
So
Was when we started seeing like $150 a card, $100 a card, and then if you go through the big batches, I'm sorry.
So I wonder if they caught up on their backlog.
No, well, the only reason why
that's
it
what I
was
was saying.
the only reason why it was the only reason back in December why it was 100 150 was because that was for express. That wasn't just for the regular. What I'm saying is for the regular economy grading, I think they raised their prices.
Yes, they did. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, they did raise it a little bit, I think, but I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you were asking.
Yeah, so they lowered the express but raised the minimum.
So here's something that just popped up. PSA grading just upped their rates. This was that's from last year. Okay, so I can't find any newer articles. We'll just let that be for right now. But
okay, yeah. So everything that I've heard though is just that they have been coming down, especially for your big batch. Your big batch.
Fred.
The big batch that you're sending.
Let's not talk.
That bad? Let's see.
G Leaguer.
Let me see.
Oh, dude, it's horrible.
So everyone who doesn't know, that's Frederico in the back, and he was actually, being all quiet and stuff. he actually just ripped open this 2021 Chronicles draft pick hobby box. 2 packs in a box, 24 cards per pack. 4 hits in this. So let's see what Frederico pulled. He doesn't look too happy, folks. Let's see.
There's a redemption card.
Well, nothing wrong with a redemption card as long as for someone good.
But
All right.
this is we're talking
Who's
about.
it for?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so he got a redemption card for a Josh Christopher Mosaic Scripts autograph.
Who?
Josh Christopher. Duh. And then he pulled a. Let me just show you guys that. All right.
Oh, that's my favorite
Mosaic
kind of card right
Scripts.
there. The one that you have to wait months and months
Yeah,
and months
thanks,
for.
Panini.
And he did pull
Just
a
kidding.
Anthony Tarke auto 89 out of 199 rated rookie.
Okay. So at least it's an auto.
Yeah, but no, this is probably his best hit out of the box right here. Evan Mobley, who is projected to be rookie of the year, he did pull a patch,
Not numbered.
not numbered.
It's still a patch, though.
I bet you could sell this for like 30, 40 bucks probably, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I just.
I'll give you
through the the cards. It's
$1.
$1.
yeah, I know it's kind of Can I see the same cards again? I've opened like probably like 4, like what 3 of these boxes, 4 of these boxes.
Yeah.
And
Since
I don't know.
What was and your best hit was that you pulled that Jalen Suggs RPA?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably your
And then
best
what
hit.
games? Oh, you got the Franz.
I got the Franz, Franz Wagner.
They're cool cards, but
Well, they're very cool. Since it is Chronicles draft picks, it is just in their college unis. So that is one
I've seen-
downside.
I've seen a lot of redemption cards online where you can get a good redemption card.
Oh, for sure, because those can come
Oh,
back.
I
Those can
saw
come back as numbered.
But that was kind
I
of that was
saw-
the worst one out of the 4 that I've opened.
one
Wasn't exciting.
a guy I work with watches a lot of breakers, and he saw a I can't remember what the number was, a pretty low number autographed Vladdy get pulled out of an Inception. Is that that's the tie-dye box, right? The Bowman tie-dye box is the
Yes.
Inception.
Yeah.
One of those, and yeah, what a
So
pretty
it's
card.
expensive.
That was
Yeah.
kind of cool. Trey Man Blue, 29 out of 99. He's not too bad.
Since we were talking about the PSA, I have a story about them. Something that
Alright.
happened to a guy that I watch on YouTube. There's this guy from Ohio. He his name is Ryan. He
What's he
and
go
he
by?
has he goes by. Oh, I was getting there.
Okay. My bad. My bad. Jumping. I
No,
just
you're good.
jumped to conclusions.
No, I do it all the time too, and it bites me in the ass as well. Anyways, his name is Ryan. And his name on YouTube is the Sports Card Collector 2, and that is correct, Tim. And you can find him on YouTube. I believe he has he's on TikTok or Instagram. I don't follow him on there, but he was told about a third-party PSA sender who could take his cards straight to the front door of PSA in California, and that way you don't have to pay for shipping. You get it for a little bit cheaper, and you also they're doing big batches. Like we're talking big batches.
Oh, so he had the
They would-
hookup.
You're talking.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. In
Hundreds of thousands.
Just
So
getting cards graded.
Yeah.
At a time.
So he grabs, yes, exactly. He grabs his fans' cards, and then we'll take these cards, pay the guy for the grading fees, and then he'll take them to PSA, drop them at the front door, and then as they start to come out, he goes and PSA, and then he pays the fees. Some guys will pay it ahead of time, but PSA allows you to pay upon delivery or upon them before they ship them to you. When they're done, you pay and they ship. So he sent this guy named Mike Marks, who owned a card shop, or I guess he still owns a card shop in California, and he shipped him $121,000 worth of cards.
Jesus.
And that's fees. That's not the price of the cards. It's millions of dollars worth of cards. So, because I mean, $100,000 worth of cards in
You
card
gotta
value could be
really
a card.
trust somebody that they're gonna come through on something like that.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. And so he sends the cards there, and he starts seeing his cards are starting to start trickling out, but he's not getting them. And long story short, he calls him up, and he hasn't been paying his bills. He has taken $300,000. He owes PSA $300,000. Mike Marks does.
Wow.
And so he calls him, excuse me, Ryan calls Mark up, and he's like, yo, what's up, man? What's up? Doesn't get any answering from the phone and anything. So what? Oh no, excuse me, that's not true. He actually Mark answered the phone. Ryan goes down there, and PSA was nice enough to give him a deal so he can pay the $125,000 over the next year to get his cards out. So he is paid over. He's paid $125,000 over what the original fees were because of the $120,000 that he originally paid to the guy, and now $125,000 on top of that. So, and that's kind of where it's ended at the moment, where he's starting to get his cards and starting to trickle them back out to his people. And I was listening to a podcast where they called Mike Marks the day that this all kind of went down, like it was released to the public what was going on, and the guy answered the phone, was like, oh yeah, things are going good. I'm shipping as we speak. It's a little busy here. It's really busy because it's a one-man staff, but we're real busy here, making it sound like there's a lot of people. But he's like, but it's a one-man show, so. But he's like, I just want you to be prepared. And the hosts of the podcast were like, prepared for what? And he's like, you just need to be ready. You'll see what's going to happen. So I don't know. It was weird that he answered.
Money.
Yeah, well, and that's what happened was he took the $300,000 to either fund his business or to start a business. I can't remember which, and it went bankrupt. So
he lost it all.
yeah, on top of everything. So now and everybody just keeps saying how nice of a guy he is, but you took somebody's money. That's like with the backyard breakers. It's just
And the kaboom.
Yeah.
and the kaboom. So I mean, we can go right into that. That was another thing that.
Now they owned up for it, didn't they?
At when it was too late, though. I mean, in my opinion, they should have
Right away.
So just to give you guys a background story of this real big, actually YouTube channel. I think one of the bigger breakers on the YouTubes, huh?
Yeah,
You guys would agree,
sure.
right? Lots of followers. I mean, they do, they do big time breaks. They break hobbies all the time. Well, on one of their shows, they're actually giving away a pack of the Absolute Hobby to some of their watchers, and they gave this one away, and they started opening up, and they actually pulled a Trevor Lawrence kaboom, a gold kaboom, which I believe is out of 10. That card probably valued at $20,000 or $30,000, I believe, if I remember correctly. So once they pulled it, they got all crazy and excited like they do. They're pretty what's the word? Rambunctious, I believe it is. That cough button didn't work too well there, brother.
They picked it up on you.
But they were very excited and everything. And then after they kind of sat down and were looking at the card, they started talking to each other, saying how they couldn't give that away. They couldn't give that card away for free. Even though they said live on their show that they were going to give away that pack and everything in it. And they even said, oh my God, we're giving away a kaboom. And then
they pulled the kaboom.
They pulled the kaboom. And it happened to be a big banger. That's a banger card. And then
do you remember in that video, at first they were like, oh, we got to give it away. We got to give it away. And then the one guy, it like live on video was like,
okay,
the
bad guy.
It's like, I'll be the bad guy. We're going to keep it. Like, bro, what? I mean, just I don't know. I don't know. Like, I understand, man. Like, that card could change a lot for somebody, but you got a huge fund. You sell thousands of dollars of cards a day. What could that card change for the person that was gonna, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna tell you guys, those guys probably sell on one of their shows. They probably sell easily tens of thousands of dollars on their show, possibly even 100,000, depending on how long they go. I mean, people are throwing down. Well, yeah, it's very good product. I mean, you're talking all hobby shit, and
All
football
absolutes.
football
All,
hobby ain't cheap, absolute hobby. Well, I think that one goes anywhere from like I think 600 to 700, maybe just under 6. I don't remember correctly, but they're ripping expensive stuff. So, but as they knew with the expensive shit, they could give away something big. Now, was it as big as they thought they'd be giving away? Probably not. But the fact of the matter is, you said it live that you're going to give it away, and then you take it back, and they didn't give it back until after they received so much heat. So,
Zach, what you ripping over there?
I have some Mosaic 2021 basketball.
What you got?
I am actually ripping one of the newer products out for basketball right now. It's a 2021-22 NBA Hoops Blaster. This is going to be with Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley is who you're looking for. Evan Mobley, if you guys remember back, I believe in the first episode, I put it on the board that Jalen Green's going to win Rookie of the Year. However, he's been injured quite a few times, and Evan Mobley has seemed to be taking over that Rookie of the Year spot. So that's what I'll be ripping into.
All right, I got my
So
first
you're
pack.
wrong.
Sorry.
So you were wrong.
Well, I'm not wrong yet.
Is it still on your? It's not on your board anymore.
No,
Why
we
not?
had to erase it.
And then Devin's actually going to be doing some big boy moves. He is going to be ripping open a 2020 Topps Fire Hobby Box. This is 24 packs, if I remember correctly. 24 packs. There is 2 autographs per box. This is what
And he's
Devin's gonna be ripping into.
already promised me the autograph Tatis when he pulls it.
Ah!
I'm just
You
playing,
smoking
man.
that shit.
Dude, that'd be fucking a hell of a pull, bro. That'd be a hell of a pull. I don't even know if that it's a real thing, but let's say okay. Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, so here's what I got in this first one here. I got a Sekou
Open mine now.
Dumbuya. Did I nail that?
Sekou Doumbouya. Sounds good.
Boom shakalaka.
Nailed it. A Kyrie Irving, which is a good guy, right? Sorry, this light
Your
fuck
light
head
is not
fucks me.
working.
No, but
Yeah,
that's
no.
even worse. Okay, well, I will post these on the. I will post these on there. Sorry, guys. I got Darius Garland in a green kind of thing here,
Okay. A little mosaic.
and then a mosaic there. I'm sorry, and then a James Wiseman flag card. I really like these. They're not really super worth a whole lot of money.
Oh, is that the National Pride or whatever it is?
Yeah, National Pride ones. Yeah, there's a
Yeah, those
couple
are dope.
different ones. Yeah, I like those a lot. I pulled a Kevin Durant last night.
Yeah, but
That was a nice card. Yeah.
That's a nice pull. Though Wiseman is one of the big 4 rookies of 2020.
Okay.
So
And then the Kyrie Irving. He's a mid. Is he a mid-range pull?
yeah, I mean he's one of the bigger stars for sure.
Yeah.
I mean
He's one. Like maybe not. He was a rookie last year. I'm sorry.
no. Kyrie
How long he been in the
rookie
league?
back in what was it, Fred? Kyrie was 16 or 15.
He's been in the league a while. Didn't he come in
Okay.
with Spurs?
Okay.
No, Kyrie was
See.
Cavs, right?
Cavs or Spurs?
He was 16. Oh, wait.
I think so, right? Wasn't it? Maybe longer than that, actually. Now that I think about it, because he played.
Oh,
Somebody
16
right
years
now-
old.
Somebody right now is
Yeah,
yelling
like
at their.
Oh,
Somebody right now is
26.
yelling at their phone. You idiots!
I used to be playing with-
It's
Oh.
this year.
Oh my
What?
god!
no,
Who's yelling at their phone?
That's probably what.
Oh,
he's
on there.
thinking. Yeah.
like you,
Well,
that's I do that all.
Why
the
don't you guys comment on our posts and let us know?
Correct.
Let us know. Since we're talking about big breakers, we kind of talked about the big kaboom card, and then we have Logan Paul as well, who got ripped off in the millions of dollars.
Okay.
And I'm not, and I kind of everybody, I'm sure, if you are listening to our podcast, know and is in the card world, you've probably heard about this, or just in social media of any sort. I did a little bit of investigating into this story last couple of days, and so the box that he bought originated in Canada. Said the guy who originally sold it said he found it in his in an attic of a house that he bought, and sold it on eBay for $70,000. Would not let anybody come look at it. Wouldn't let anybody verify it. Wouldn't insure it on shipment. Which I guess I also heard that right now it's
Why
it's hard
wouldn't
to
you
get.
insure
It's
it?
hard to get. Well, a it could be fake. B, it's hard to get insurance over things over $1,000 in Canada right now. I don't know. That's what they said on the pod. I don't know why they didn't give an excuse or anything. They just said it's hard to find insurers for stuff right now due to maybe COVID or so. I don't know. That's what they said. Maybe that was misinformation or I heard it wrong, but that's what I gathered from what they said. Anyways, so he finally finds a buyer for $72,000, and that buyer was, I'm sorry guys, give me 1 second. It was a guy named Jacob. Jacob bought it for $72,000, who sold it to Shine for $2.7 million. Now
Shine?
The rapper?
No, he's a social media guy. He's kind of a social media guy, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really look into him. I was more worried about just kind of the trail of the box. But here's what's kind of weird is the Jacob guy who bought the box for $72,000 is a huge Pokemon guy. So why would he get rid of a box that in 5 years could be worth 10 times or 5 times $2.7 million? So you're looking at 12, $15 million right there, and you sold it for 2.7. And he knows Pokemon cards.
I tell you
So-
right now, if I bought that box for $72,000 and someone offered me $2.7 million, I'd sell it in a heartbeat.
No,
That would change my life around.
well, exactly. But what I'm saying is, in 5 years, $2.7 million could be $12 million. Yeah, I mean, you're throwing away another $10 million almost. Which I mean, but anyway, that was just a point that they brought up. Is like if you were an investor, why would you throw away something that would be worth so much more?
Obviously, because
in
he
that-
was a flipper, he wasn't an investor.
Well,
if he
yeah.
was an investor, he would have held on to it. But people also got to think that $72,000, that's a lot of money for people to put out, especially for a box of cards. You get offered, 2.7, you're talking 40 times the money that you spent. That's a pretty damn good return. And
it is. No,
if you're a smart investor, you could just take that money. You can make a lot more with $2.7 million. You can make a lot more than $12 million in 5 years.
That's true. Right. Yeah, that was just one point that they had brought up. But so anyways, he turns and sells it to Shine. Shine turns and sells it to Logan Paul. Who'd you got?
Gregory Polanco. Looks like a red foil.
Like
Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jorge Polanco. My bad.
Jorge, yeah.
Jorge.
George. So he goes. Excuse me. Didn't mean to. Excuse me. He found. Anyways, then he goes and sells it to Logan Paul for $3.7 million, but tells Logan that says, "Hey, if this is fake, I'll give you back your 3.7. Like that'll be our insurance between us." But they take it to a BCE authenticator. But they usually do sports cards, and they say that right up front. But so they go and they look at it, and the tape indentations are accurate. The tape is accurate. But what's odd is the barcodes on the outside of the box do not match what should be on the outside of the box. So right there, that's suspect. That's suspect right there. So I don't know why they didn't X-ray it. Why can't you X-ray it? Would that go right through the cards or something? I don't know.
I think you'd still probably be able to see cards in there. You saw what was in the box, right?
Yeah. So I was about to get to that. So when they open it up, they find out that it's fucking G.I. Joe cards.
G.I. Joe.
The fucking American hero right up on your shit there.
Now,
he's like,
Do we know
But-
if this is true or is this just
No, it was
a
all
stunt
uh,
by the
Okay.
Paul brothers?
you never know
And
with these guys.
that's kind of what I wanted to bring up here is the only thing that I don't think that it would that the only evidence I should say that it wasn't a prank is that what does BCE, the grading company or the authentication company, have in doing this? Because that doesn't help their public out or their public image at all. You know, they're not the bad guy of the authentication world. You know, they're not a heel. That's just going to look bad on them if they can't authenticate something the way they said, and they stand behind their product and say that if you at least on their sporting cards, if you have something authenticated by them and it's proven afterwards that they authenticate it to be not legit, then they'll pay you whatever the price is for it. So what do they have to gain by it being fake and them just kind of getting not snubbed, but looking bad? That's my
Their
only
face.
evidence. Yeah, that's the only evidence I have to say that it wasn't a fake. Other than that, I think it's fucking fake as shit, because who would spend $3.7 million on a box of cards when the barcodes don't match up and supposedly they haven't been opened and the tape matches and everything? That right there, that would make me scared as hell.
Yeah, that's weird.
Excuse me.
But yeah, that's all right. That's what we about.
Occupational
You drink the beers, you're gonna have the burps.
Occupational hazard.
It is true. It is true.
So
So
you know what we forgot to talk about, guys, real quick.
know.
Zach, what are you smoking on today?
oh shit, I am smoking on. You got me off just a little bit off guard. I'm right here though. I am smoking on some creme brulee by Dewey. They are. I think I shared them with you guys last time. I had their bud bits, but this time I'm coming at you with a full nug, and that's
Nice.
There we go.
That's a
There
nut
we
shot
go.
right there.
That's a nut
There we go.
shot. Oh.
There we go. There we go. Maybe I'll save this one and post a picture on the socials for you guys. But yeah, this it's good. It has a little bit of a fruity little bit, but it also has pungent, earthy too as well. Taste to it. It's coming in at about I believe it was 29%. Yep, 29% even on the THCA. So like I said before, I'd like to keep it in the mid-20s. I've been told by the quote unquote experts that you don't pay attention to that, but I don't know. I've been let down more by lower numbers than I have high numbers. So
Yeah, it's like someone telling you, your car says you're supposed to put 92 gas in there. Fuck that.
Sorry.
I'm putting in 85. I don't know why my car runs like shit.
I do always put the Supreme in.
Remy.
Do you really? Damn
Yeah.
baller.
Shit's expensive.
I don't drive around a whole lot.
What's the cost over there right now?
About $4.
Okay, that's for premium.
Yeah.
I had to fill it.
So
Yeah.
our over here for premium, we're probably around like 450 to 480 over here, and then we're just on the other side of the mountains from you
I paid $4.29 today
for premium.
for premium.
Well, that's because you live up north.
It
Yeah.
still doesn't make sense. We have damn refineries less than 20 miles from us.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Mhm.
insane. So,
It is crazy.
Tim, what you
But-
drinking on?
I am drinking on little Modelo Especial.
Especial. It's Modelo
You
special.
guys can hear how delicious this tastes. Hold on.
If you can, I can.
What you got there, Devin? What are you drinking on? You
Well, I started off the day with a fuzzy duster.
Fuzzy Duster. Do you guys know what a Fuzzy Duster is?
Negative.
Fuzzy
Hit me with it.
Duster is actually a
It's 2 Elysian beers.
2 Elysian beers. Elysian's the brewing company, and one of them is Space Dust, which is I believe
It's like 7.5.
7.5% alcohol in that beer, and then you mix it actually with a Super Fuzz, which I think is just under 7 as well. I think that was like 6.5 6.5 or 6.9, somewhere around there. You actually pour them both into a really tall beer glass, and they kind of mix with each other, and it turns out really, really good. It's really good. I think better. Oh, you forgot to hit your mute button there, brother.
I did. That's what scared me. I was like, God damn it. I looked at the finger over the mic too, right as I was doing that, and I was just like, whoops.
But currently, I'm living in a land with no laws.
Why is that?
Oh, a land
I'm
of what?
drinking the
White.
claws. You can't see it. I mean, maybe you can. Hold it up there, Tim.
I got
Well, we
you.
can see.
I got you.
Everybody knows what the claw looks like. They
It's a
can
fine
recognize
malt
that
seltzer.
it's a
You know,
fine.
It pairs well with my UGG boots and
Hug boots, baby.
you know, I
And
like
your
to
crop
watch
top.
This Is Us.
And yoga
Drink
pants.
in my
I think maybe you need to turn your vocals up or make your voice deeper when you talk about that. Devin.
Oh,
Why don't you
hold
go
on.
ahead
Here
with
we
that?
go. You know, I'm drinking a nice White Claw. Oh God, it's so good. It's just a fine malt seltzer. Whew. God damn.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Oh god. Oh, that's too good. That's too good. Oh jeez. All right. So we got that stuff out of the way. Devin, what you got coming up next?
We can talk about women in baseball.
Women in baseball. Actually, before that, hold that real quick. Zach's gonna take this big old rip.
I don't know if Zach can hear me, but I actually
I think he can hear you.
He can hear you.
Oh yeah.
I ended up buying the new Gary Payton strain
Oh,
that hit the market, I think, recently through a different company other than Cookies. And I smoked on that this week. It was pretty good, pretty interesting.
So I
You
guess
should if you find some more of that, you should put some get some and
I'll
put something like
go check the spot out and buy another 8 for sure.
hell yeah, put it aside and we'll have to blaze on that next time I'm over the mountains.
there you
For
go.
sure.
There you
Love
go.
that Gary Payton.
Oh yeah. I'll bring some stuff from over here. Bring you some Dewey because that's just growing about 5 minutes from my house. So
Oh, there you go.
It's just grown in my closet.
I wish I had the knowledge to do that, but sadly I do not.
Mm. Well, you know the internet can be a powerful tool there, my friend.
This is true.
Enter
It's true. And I
on
have
the line.
yeah, hit me with that women knowledge there.
The women knowledge. So, you know, baseball is not a predominantly women-based sport, as everyone has noticed.
I don't know. There's been a lot of crying bitches lately.
Yeah, well, you know, that's why I don't watch soccer. So yeah, recently there have been 2 notable women in the sport of baseball. First, the first female baseball coach in the Yankees organization, Rachel Balkovec. She is the coach for the what is that?
That is a Jam Masters, Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
The
She
same one
is
that I got. But I was,
low
Vin
A
Baker,
Yankees
remember?
coach for the Tampa Tarpons. And then this one's even greater. I love this one. The first female pro pitcher. This chick's 17 years old. Now, pro just means you get paid to play.
Mm,
And it's in one of my favorite leagues, the Australian Baseball League.
nice.
It is Genevieve Beacom, lefty, 17-year-old pitcher. She pitched 1 inning in relief, no runs, no hits against
Nice.
professional baseball players. I mean, Jake Fraley. Is it Jake Fraley? Yeah, it's Jake Fraley.
Fraley, yep.
Played over there, and he holds records for stolen bases and hits in the season. So I mean,
Well, then
these
I
guys
guess
aren't
we should-
slouches.
Yeah. Well,
And-
didn't Ryan Roland Smith come from there too?
Yeah, and he's an
The
announcer
hyphen.
over there sometimes. So if you get a chance to check it out, it's only in wintertime, early winter, right around Thanksgiving. Zach and I tried to watch it the other day. But it's the Australian Baseball League on YouTube, abl.tv.
There you go. There you go, guys. If you're interested in baseball during the off season,
Mm-hmm.
There's
ABL.
a
The only problem is
South
it plays
Korean.
late at night.
Well, that's why God created the replay on YouTube.
Yeah.
That
So,
is awesome.
we were talking about earlier. You were talking about Mark McGuire and some Barry Bonds cards and stuff. We
Mhm.
should touch on what just happened this last week in the Hall of Fame voting. I don't know
Lay
who
it
wants
on me,
to.
brother.
Mhm.
All right, here we go. There might be some yelling involved here. Turn the volume down. We get pretty heated about this because it's about a sport that we love and shit. So this last week, if you're not a big baseball fan, the Hall of Fame voting went into effect. When they voted in Big Papi, who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
hands
David
down.
Ortiz.
Yep, he does.
Former
David
Mariner.
Ortiz deserves to be in there. People, yes, this little known
No.
fact, first drafted by the Mariners, let him go. But who
Traded
knows
to the
if he would have
Twins and then
developed
picked up by
the
the
Twins. Yep,
Red Sox.
that sucks. So, but who knows if he would have, developed. Anyways, we do too much of that in Seattle. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't.
Adam Jones.
Lots and lots. So anyways, so he got in, but there's a couple more guys on the ballot that didn't get in that really deserved to make it in. We had Mark McGuire, we had Alex Rodriguez. Now, you guys know, and I know you guys aren't the biggest Alex Rodriguez fans either, but stat wise, the man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, he reached hits younger than he holds records for reaching over 2,000. I think it was 2,000 hits at the youngest age. You might have to check me on that. I should have looked that up.
And that was before his controversies too.
No, exactly. He's got his stats say he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. The problem with besides that they don't like the steroid issue, is MLB has a big issue with morality off the field. There is a morality clause for getting into the I think it's an ethics clause, actually, not morality. I'm sorry, that's wrong with it. Ethics clause or something like that to get into the Hall of Fame. So if you say even after you have retired from baseball and you're within the 5-year period, and I don't know if it extends beyond that, if you've done something beyond the 5 years and you're already in, but say that doesn't happen and you kill your wife. That actually happened to one of the greatest catchers of all time. He was just in the early 1900s, and he killed his wife. And he wasn't allowed to be in the Hall of Fame. There's a lot of people who say he should be in, but because of the ethics rule, he's not. And so that just brings us to the PED thing, where they're not letting guys who saved our sport in the 90s, when we lost people to the strike in 94 and stuff, and you can call it the steroid era if you want. I don't know. There was good baseball being played. There were bombs being hit. I don't know. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry. I ramble.
Yeah.
Go for
in
it.
the 90s was just dingers and assholes. That's all it was. Everybody either hit home runs or was a complete jerk, Bobby Iona.
Or both.
Fuck you, Bobby.
Mhm.
And I mean,
So,
let's be real quick. Like you said, they saved the sport. I mean, I can't remember a time when the whole world was watching to see Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire every night.
Barry
to watch them.
Bonds.
Barry Bonds. That came after.
That came after, right? It was
Oh,
Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire with the race for the home run.
I'm sorry.
Was the home run record?
Yeah, home run record. They're trying to beat Roger Maris.
Yep. And that was one of the most exciting times I can remember in baseball, besides like the World Series. I mean, that kept people glued to their television.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then after that, following that, you had Barry Bonds.
And Sammy Sosa.
Oh, yeah, and Sammy Sosa.
I mean, even Griffey.
Yep.
Griffey hit 56 the year that Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa hit over 60.
Well, who else was on that team?
Clean. He did it clean. Just wanted to put that out there.
Did it clean.
I just want to put that out there. But I don't hold the steroid use against these guys.
Because you still have to be able to hit the freaking ball.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing to do. in professional sports, like you can put a professional baseball player in any sport and he'll compete. You can put a lot of professional athletes on in front of a pitcher and they won't want to get in the fucking box. You know, they
look
won't
at
be able
John
to
Kruk
even
and freaking Randy Johnson. He threw his head in the All-Star game.
put his shit on backwards.
Oh, yeah, that's one intimidating dude right there, Randy Johnson.
Blowing up pigeons.
Oof.
I got a hit off of Randy Johnson. Just wanted to say that. We went to.
Did he give you a
We
ball?
went.
Is that
No.
a strain
So-
that you just smoked on, brother?
The Randy
The big
So-
unit.
So we went to there was a mall in Seattle. I don't remember which mall it was. It was a really big one over there. And I think I was around 15, 16 years old. And we went over there and they had these batting cages where you could pick your pitcher. And they had girls that were throwing underhand like 100 miles an hour and they had a bunch of different pitchers. But who do I want to bat against? They had Randy Johnson on there. So he comes up on the screen and there's a hole about where the ball comes out and his hand comes.
Yeah.
And so he's throwing like 90 plus miles an hour at you. So you get in the box with your fucking dude, you get in there with the helmet on and everything, and you're just like whack, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck it. And you get one at bat. I got fucking bat on the ball though, so I was pretty happy about that. I can't say that it would have been a hit, but it would have been in fair territory at least. So
You did better than the pigeon
Oh,
yeah, and Kruk.
and Kruk.
But it was a scary experience though. I mean, but it also tells you that you could stand in there and at least watch that ball, you know, and not bail on it.
Right. But
But
to deny one of the, I mean, he had what? Roger Clemens, 7 Cy Youngs?
Yeah.
Barry Bonds has over 700 and something home runs.
well,
I mean, to
Well,
deny them this, I mean, it goes all the way back to Pete Rose. It's the baseball writers. It's
here's the baseball writers. I'm just gonna come out and say it. They're just pissed because they couldn't play the sport, so they're gonna take it out on people who can.
and how does Ken Griffey Jr. not get a unanimous vote?
That's because Babe Ruth did not, and no one else got
you never said.
But
But I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm gonna
but
give it to
Mariano
Jeter.
Rivera. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, the Sandman is amazing,
Yeah.
but to go in as the first unanimous,
Well, let's be
Well,
real. I mean, Griffey did more than just, Griffey was a great baseball player, but he did more than just that. He saved the sport in Seattle.
yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
100%. I'm not trying to leave him out of this conversation at all.
He brought new fans to the game. Backward hat, just really cool, smooth swing.
Do you know why he wore the backward hat?
Why is that, Devin?
Because he used to wear his dad's hat, and his dad had a
Mhm.
huge afro, and the hat was so big that he'd had to put it on backwards, or else it would fall in front of his face.
Ah,
So that's where that started.
I
nice.
saw my hats were so big.
Dropping a little knowledge on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's super light.
No, you got to hit him with a. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hit him with a little sling blade.
But anyways.
So
But,
you guys,
even with I just wanted to go back real quick. I'm sorry, but then we can move on.
no, you're fine.
Roger Clemens, we talked about the hitters, and you still have to hit the ball. With pitchers, with the amount of, I have a couple actually points. With the amount of innings they were pitching then, is so much more than they were pitching today too, because they were going deeper into games, higher pitch counts, and the coaches were not pulling them out and weren't afraid to pull them out.
No.
And not only because PEDs either. This was with all pitchers,
How
not
many
just the
300
ones that,
strikeout pitchers do you have anymore?
or
Zero.
just innings. Look at innings, bro. If you want to see some crazy ass innings, look at Nolan Ryan innings. I wish I
Oh,
would have
dude.
thought of this
Mhm.
before. It's
That dude
the
was
amount of
insane.
complete games, and I'm not, and I'm not just trying to grab the greatest either. If you grab a lot of pitchers from back then, they weren't just on like this 6-7 day rotation, like the 6-day rotation. Now they're on like on, I know you just wiggled your 4 fingers probably for 4 seconds or minutes, but for like 4 days or something like that, they weren't on that many of a mini day rotation.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then people want to throw steroids into there and say they should be in there. what about your favorites using greenies and stuff to stay awake and to play better? Like that was a big deal as well
Yeah, they're using
back then.
freaking speed.
Yeah, exactly. They're handing them out to their or to the trainer was handing them out. They just like, yeah, go get some greenies. But yeah. So
Still think
that's
the craziest one's Doc Ellis. Put your game on LSD.
oh for sure. But I mean, we're talking about the everyday user here, not
Yeah.
the-
Oh shit! I got
Well,
a pitch today.
Can we? I mean, when did PEDs really or steroids like actually become, like illegal? Because they weren't testing for that shit for a long time. When did it actually come into play? You know what I mean? And it's actually very surprising to me, just because usually with sports in general, they cater a lot to the offense. Look at football. The way football has changed a lot of their rules is to cater to the offense and make it more of an offensive league, because that is more popular.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about the game. I mean, we'll get to the playoffs later, but that playoff game between Kansas City and and the Buffalo Bills. All right. I mean, crazy ending. Offense. I mean, the great thing is defense in the beginning, and then finished off with just crazy offense at the end of the game. But offense, runs, home runs, hits, big bangers. That's what keeps people locked in. I'm sorry, but
Dildo game.
I'm sorry, but it's if you're really into baseball and you like the team that you're watching, then a 0-0 game going to the ninth could be exciting to you. But for most of the people out there, they're going to be turning it off.
I went to a game where it was combined.
I don't know.
Freaking combined no hitter against the Dodgers. I'm watching Kevin Millwood pitch. I'm watching for like the 9th time in the season. And I'm sitting there and we're watching it, and we're sitting next to Dodgers fans. It's a 1-0 game going into the 7th, and they're taking off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I get it. You're a Dodgers fan. You're losing right now. But you are watching something that doesn't happen all the time. And it ended up being the Mariners' first combined no-hitter.
I wake my son up when there's no hitters going on and stuff, and he's always mad at me. Like when
That's what I'm saying. But that's exactly
when,
what I'm
when the
saying.
Maple when the Maple yeah
Mhm.
when the Maple pitched one, I went and wake up. He actually came out and watched that one, but sometimes like he was younger too. But that's something. Yeah,
That's
I understand what you're saying.
That's for like a true baseball fan. Like, we would like to stay up and watch that. We want to see history in the making. Just people who in general just are showing up to a baseball game, or
I just like watching history though too. So like I'll watch some bigger games even if I'm not like super interested in the story. But to hit you with what you were asking earlier, they banned steroids in 1991. Didn't start testing until 2003.
After Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were belting all them damn home runs.
Yep.
Man, if they just hadn't have gotten so goddamn fucking big,
Blowing out their jerseys.
or I don't know, McGwire.
Oh no,
was
dude! McGwire
was a
was freaking ripped.
Yeah, that dude was
Yeah.
freaking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
But
thinking about him.
Here's
Anyways,
the funny
we can
thing.
move on.
How long, like, when that happened, everyone knew. Everybody knew these guys were on roids. Baseball knew. MLB knew. But what did they do? They didn't do a goddamn thing,
No, because
because
it's
they
putting
were
asses in the seats.
they were soaking in all that money that they were bringing, and they should not be punished for that. I'm sorry. You look at how many minor league players or not as good players in the major leagues have done steroids, and they still could not make it. So
Right. Well, didn't Jesus Montero get busted for steroids?
yeah, I think he did actually. El Tortuga.
El Tortuga.
Tortuga.
The tortoise.
That dude ran around the bases so nice.
He had wooden legs.
That's such a cool name, but it doesn't mean something cool.
The turtle? That's the shit.
I mean,
Yeah,
on the same
I know,
team,
but it
you
has
had
the but
Miguel,
like,
the reliever, the retriever,
are you gonna want to be the turtle in baseball?
Oh
though?
my
I don't
god,
know.
I forgot about that guy.
the golden retriever.
Miguel Oliva.
Yeah, pass ball king.
Oh my goodness. That is just ridiculous. Oh, give me a second here, guys. You guys go ahead and keep talking though.
I'm gonna take the pee break
Oh,
just so everyone knows.
and this pee break brought to you by Flomax. Take
The
it
flickety flow
and you'll
max.
go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're back up.
What are you watching?
Pretty much. Show interviewing Zach Levine, saying who's the best.
I'm gonna. Oh, so we're up and recording again.
Right.
Okay,
never
all
stopped
right.
recording.
Oh, I'm sorry because we had that problem.
Zach that like fucking. Zach's a hell of a fucking dog.
Anybody?
Zach is a good
Doesn't
dunker.
doesn't he just keep on getting like freaking robbed?
All right, let's see if I can get some chronic here. So Thaddeus Young,
LaMelo 101.
Jason Tatum.
What's he open?
Ooh.
Mosaic.
I got a Scripps.
You got Otto?
I got a Scripps.
Who is
I
it?
got a Ricky Pierce.
Hell yeah, nice pull. Ricky Pierce Otto. Mosaic.
Here we go.
Scripts.
Out of a blaster, even from Walmart.
Nice
go.
Otto. Good pull. Ricky
There we
Pierce.
go.
Boston
Awesome.
Celtics.
Pulled Ricky Pierce.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mosaic Scripts Otto. Good pull.
I'm gonna throw this in a top loader real quick. if I
But
can
yeah,
get to my
Fred,
pennies.
yeah, Zach Levine is a dope dunker. Did you ever go watch any of his games with Bothell? I think Ryan did. So,
I was just about to say I'm gonna pull some smoke here. I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
excited now. That's a nice hit.
Give him a quick plug. Pulling smoke.
Oh, yeah, I'm dry, brother. Oh,
Oh yeah, I also
Now.
I wanted to give I'm sorry, I forgot to give a shout out here when I did my hit. I went and picked up a couple of bowls today and got helped out real nice down at Glassamy here in Pullman. I got these couple of really big bowls here. This one that I just took the gram hit out of. I got about 3/4 of the way through it and then it got clogged. So
Beautiful artwork.
I semi failed. Semi made it. And then I have another one right here that I picked up. You know, they're a good shop. They got a lot of stuff here in Pullman. So if you're in town, go hit them up
what's the name of the place again?
for sure. It's Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Good.
Blasphemy. Yep.
That's blasphemy, my friend.
Yep.
That's funny right there.
Yeah. Well, and then they have a wine shop attached right next door to it too.
Wine
So,
shop.
yeah, a wine craft beer shop attached right next
Oh.
door. So you go get your glass, go get your beer. You're good to go.
One-stop shopping.
I'm gonna
Nice
put my
little-
hit up right there. I know that's kind of.
Little LaMelo action.
I'm still waiting on my first one. Let's see what else I have in this pack because. Oh, guess what I just pulled?
A LaMelo.
A LaMelo.
Hello, LaMelo. Oh, nice pull, brother.
Prisms.
NBA
right there.
debut.
That's in the same pack as that
Nice
auto.
hit. That's
Got
a
a
great.
hot
There we
rookie.
go.
Here's a hot
Let's
rookie
go.
from 2020.
Devin just pulled a nice one too.
Remember, this is
Awesome, man. We're
2020,
pulling-
so this is
We're pulling some chronic tonight, boys. Let's go.
Here we go. 2020. Luis Robert, rookie right there. Nice
that's a
hit.
That's a hit.
That's
That's
a
a
nice
good
hit
one.
right there.
Dude, I'm hoping
Oh,
you
look,
pull
Tim
a
Anderson.
Tatis, man. Oh yeah.
No, you freaking Zach's getting all hyped over there, man. He actually pulled some good cards.
getting hyped.
Yeah, I know, dude. You know how long I've marinated on this box? 3 weeks now. Just let it sit and sit.
Dude, I've watched Tim have this box for what, a couple months.
I know. Well, I know he's been
Every
trying
time
to
I
get
come over,
everybody
I'm
to.
Look at that.
Dude, we've almost went half on that a couple of times too. We'll be just
I had to
sitting here
bite.
at
I had
night.
to bite.
You guys
Right.
just wouldn't pull the trigger.
All right. Well, so we had playoffs, and we're going
Playoffs?
into the playoffs. We're going into the playoffs, boys. But
Going into the playoffs.
Do we talk about
So-
Dildo Gate or no?
Whoa.
oh,
Sorry,
no.
That might be a hard one for people to swallow.
Yeah, I don't know. We
Stiff
might have
competition.
to. We might have to kick that one in at the last story.
Oh my god.
So we
So what are we gonna talk about? You want to talk about dildo
So-
games real quick?
Yeah, dildo game's pretty good. So, if you were watching the Bills Kansas City Chiefs game, I'm just wondering how one of the fans got that freaking thing in there. I mean, it wasn't like a little. I mean, it was
wouldn't be that
triumphant and
hard.
veiny.
So
It wasn't that hard. I mean, it is made out of silicone.
Well, and it was cold. I wasn't. Nah, it was cold. It may have stiffened up a little bit. I don't know. Usually that makes it shrink, but
Zach, why would you think that wouldn't be hard to sneak
Well,
to sneak those in?
Where did they?
and you got a big jacket. It's cold outside. You just stick it underneath your jacket. It's not gonna fucking unless it's got a metal vibrator in the middle of it. It ain't
Show
gonna
me
set
how
off
you
no-
would throw a veiny triumphant dildo. That thing's gonna flop around like nobody's
Well,
business.
I thought you were talking about just getting it past the gate. I mean, throwing it, that's the easy part because you got a bunch of drunk buddies around you who won't give a
Oh,
fuck
here
that
we
you're
go.
doing that. So you just throw that thing out there and that's what you get.
Ooh.
Got my auto. Yamamoto.
Nice.
Yamamoto Otto.
Jordan.
Domo arigato, Mr. Yamamoto.
Here's your auto.
Actually, I think it's Yamamoto.
Whatever. Nailed it.
Ooh,
Got Mr. Allegedly with Cincinnati and Jake Freely. That's cool.
got a Luca.
Yamamoto.
Yamamoto.
Luca.
This is my second Luca of the day.
Nice.
Yeah, that one will get
I
a
got
penny.
2 packs or 3 packs left in this blaster, and I pulled doo doo.
I'll tell you what, Bills fans go hard.
They do. So what happened, anyways, Devin?
So
This is the rest of the story.
they score a touchdown and everybody's celebrating, and then the camera pans over to the back side of the receiver and it's showing the back of his jersey, and then out of nowhere, this fleshy rocket comes flying onto the screen, and it lands, and the dude turns around because somebody threw some beers on the field, so he turns around to kick him, and he turns around and he kicks the beer can off, and then he looks again, and he sees the dildo, and he just kind of looks at it, and then just kind of like flips it off the field with his foot, and it's like, ooh, off the fucking thing. Yeah, it fluttered.
I mean, why? That's my question. Like, it's hilarious. Like, it's harmless. It didn't hurt anybody. They didn't throw it at
Yeah.
anybody. But or maybe it did. Maybe we don't know it's past life. This is true.
Fast life.
I mean, can you sell that
I
on
mean-
eBay? Get it signed?
Probably.
Oh,
Stephon
NFT, my
Diggs signed
friend.
dildo.
NFT. No, or NFT that shit. Dildo in the Bill zone.
Dildo
NFT,
Baggins.
No, just think about it, guys.
Dildo in the end zone.
That dildo, probably is gonna be worth a lot more since the Bills got screwed in overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Oh,
joking. they
took
didn't
that-
get screwed. I don't think they got screwed. They should have won it in the regular time.
So according to that game, yes, they deserve to lose because of how they gave the game up at the end. I do
So
agree with
you
you.
do
that.
agree with me on that. I know Devin
I
disagrees with me.
disagree.
Well,
I think
well,
it
no,
should be a
I agree.
shootout.
Well, no, okay, excuse me. Hold on,
Touchdown for touchdown.
let me clarify what I mean. I agree with you in that game that they deserve to lose. I think that
I kinda
the
agree with you,
rules. I think the rules need to change that everybody gets a shot. But Devin, go ahead and give your theory first, please.
Yeah, I mean, if selling tickets and putting fans in the seats, not expecting to go to overtime, you want them. If the first team that gets the ball drives down the field and scores a touchdown, that's great. But what if these are two offensive-minded teams and the defenses just don't care? They're thinking they're going to get another shot. I mean, you give two high-powered offenses chance to battle it out in overtime and prime time. What's better than that?
I agree.
done?
I have to.
Nothing.
I'll go.
Are you
Nothing's
done?
better. Yeah, I'm done. Sorry.
You done with that?
Keeping
Okay.
it short.
So
I ended abruptly.
go ahead, Zach.
No. I want you to go ahead and give yours, and then I'll go ahead and give mine. I talk too much on here.
So although I do and like I totally get it, right? The whole mindset of, well, each team should have a fair chance. But let's not forget, each team did have a fair chance in the regular game.
Touche.
They had both of them had the fair chance to stop each other towards the last minute and a half. Okay, why didn't the Bills squib kick that ball, first of all, to take some time off the clock with 13 seconds left? They gave them 13 seconds. Now, not a lot.
That's still too much time.
It's still too much time with the way the game was going. They should have squibbed it. I'm not saying the game would have ended differently, but they should have squib kicked it to take a few seconds off that clock. That would have helped them a lot.
When you have two high-powered offenses, you're not going to want to give the ball back. You don't give the ball back to Aaron Rodgers unless, well, we saw how that worked.
Well, and then also think about this. They already changed the overtime rules. It used to be any score wins. All right. So they've already changed the overtime rule. There was no issues with the overtime rule during the regular season. Now, all of a sudden, since it's the playoffs, now there's an issue. And more than likely, if Kansas City would have lost that game in the same fashion, I guarantee you there would be a lot less noise.
Yeah.
So they and then also you guys got to think they do get a fair shake in the overtime because whoever gets the balls first is determined off of a coin flip.
Would you say the Bills got shafted?
Oh, that is a good one.
Hardcore.
I see what you did there.
So I don't think things need to change. I mean, honestly, would it have been cool to see both teams go down on each other? to go down the field on each other?
Boing.
Panthers grass on the field, play ball.
But I mean, honestly,
I'm not gonna finish that.
That game is gonna go down as a classic.
This is a good ass game.
20, 30 years down the road, you're gonna be watching replays of this game and talking about it.
It's better than the other Bills highlights.
It's gonna be. It's gonna go down to you Kansas City fans like the Green Bay game is for Seahawks fans. But so my
We
refute
want
to
the
that
ball
is
and we're gonna score.
no, not that one.
Oh,
Not that one. The one where
where all
we
the
got
fans
onside
started
kick.
leaving and then they came back. Yeah,
And they didn't let him come back. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, there, fans.
You're good.
Anyways, so my argument is let's take that game and throw it away. Let's not think about that. Let's think of it as like both teams did extremely well. We have a 28-28 game. Both teams did everything they could. There wasn't a whole lot of stupid penalties, interceptions, stuff like that. It was just good, solid football. And
Great
now we've
football.
got to overtime. Great football. It's what you want to see. We've got to overtime now. And you're going to give it to just to that now. Now, we had a discussion the other day about this, how I thought football was the only sport that doesn't give somebody a chance with the offense in overtime. So, but you were saying you thought hockey was because
hockey's sudden death.
Sudden death.
It could be
sudden
over
death.
in 2 to 3 seconds.
Here's a nice.
Nice, Gavin beat you.
Ooh, nice. But my argument was both teams have an equal chance to obtain the puck and be on offense because the puck is dropped center ice between two sticks and you got to go head to head for that. And so,
Well, couldn't you compare that to the coin flip since it is 50-50?
you can't base a championship on a coin flip on chance. There's no skill involved in that. There's no skill involved in this.
But then I could tell you that it's
coin flip.
Then I could tell you that it's unfair because you could have one guy who's the best at squaring off and fighting for that puck going up against someone who's not as good. So therefore, that guy's going to have more of an advantage.
Have you ever seen a kid flip a coin?
Yeah.
Terrible. They should. Okay, bring in the fan. Little 5-year-old. Okay.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. That was a nice coin flip. I give the ref a 10 for that coin flip.
10 of 10.
No, 100%. But
We should have flipped the dildo.
that's
for
a
it.
game of chance, and try to make it. If they land on the helmet,
Yeah,
You get the ball first.
whichever side the penis points to receives the ball. Spin the dildo.
Someone's gonna be a
Oh,
shitty
shit.
unicorn.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
But
Uh,
so I don't know. I think it just seems fair to give both guys a chance. If they score a touchdown, they score a touchdown, and then I don't know. Then you go to sudden death, or I don't know. I think that I have the fun idea of doing the longest field goal, but
You can only kick. It's slappers
So-
only.
So, like, I don't have a problem if they do switch to that, guys. My thing is, you cannot tell me that each team did not have a fair shake.
They
Because
did.
each team had a fair shake during the regular game.
I'd say we all won because we got free football.
Free
that's
football.
how
we didn't
that's
have
how
no
I
dog
feel
in the
with
race
baseball.
either.
No, hell no.
We
Oh
enjoyed.
no, for sure.
We sat down. We were thoroughly entertained, and I mean, just amazed by the play of those two quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, I mean they both played their hearts out.
Yep.
I mean they really put their balls on the table.
Oh my god! What?
You can't take me anywhere.
Oh jeez.
Not even on a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Should we talk about the remaining teams in the playoffs?
Yes. All right. So we got coming up Kansas City versus Cincinnati. No, it's Cincinnati at Kansas City, I should say. And then San Francisco 49ers at LA Rams.
Let's talk about the Rams for a second. I mean, being in the division, I don't like to root for them. I don't like to root for San Francisco. But you got to give Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford, who look what he did with Megatron. He comes to LA and has a resurgence with Cooper Kupp out of Eastern Washington. Cooper Kupp winning the Triple Crown for receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but you got to pay to play when you're in LA.
Damn bars, son.
Mhm.
Woo.
So you got to give them credit. They're stacked. They are a stacked team.
That team, yeah, 100%. I mean, the thing that just, I'm wondering when the cards are going to fall for that team. They have traded away so much draft capital, but it doesn't seem to phase them because they're getting players that are experienced. Well, let's be real, superstars. I mean, they added OBJ halfway through the season.
Von Miller.
I mean, I don't even know how you guys even have any trade capital to keep getting these players.
It's LA, baby.
Yeah, it's LA, but you have the same amount of trade capital as everyone else. It's not like you get more just for being in LA.
Yeah, but people want to go there.
Although, what do you guys think about that new rule about if a franchise hires or a minority, a person of color, they get rewarded with draft picks?
That's not fair. It's
It's-
not fair. Well, I shouldn't say it's not fair. It's not.
You shouldn't be
I don't know,
rewarded
it doesn't
for
make
doing
sense.
for hiring the right person regardless of color.
Yes.
So it's
That's
like,
what I'm trying to get to.
You hired this guy. Here's a draft pick. Like, no, that's not all right. If he's a better coach, then he's a better coach.
Look at the strides that professional sports have made in race equality. I mean, I know people. It's brought up today that there's still a lot of it around, but I mean, baseball with oh shit, fuck. I just forgot his name. Fucking. Oh my god. had such a good fucking thing going, and I fucking Jackie Robinson. I fucking fucked
Oh
that
my
up.
god, how do you forget Jackie Robinson? That shit
I
must be
didn't.
good that you're smoking on, brother.
No,
And you
it
forgot
must be
Jackie
the
because
Robinson.
I tried.
Um,
Well, I tried to say Reggie Jackson. So at least I've whatever.
Nailed
Whatever.
it.
I kept
Nailed
thinking
it.
fucking nailed it. I kept thinking number 42. Come on, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, number
You know,
42, Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, there. What? No, isn't that fucking? Hasn't everybody worn 42 now?
That
I can fucking
also
name any.
give Ken Griffey Jr. credit. He did that. That was
Yes, he
all
did.
Ken.
I mean, well, that just goes along with what I'm talking about. Is that you have Jackie Robinson who broke that, who the Dodgers brought in, the Brooklyn Dodgers brought in. That's my son's favorite player right there. He Branch Rickey brought him in. If I remember the man or the,
Yep,
the
Branch
owner's
Rickey.
name correctly, brought him in and stuff. He's like, you're gonna have a rough time of it. I know, but I brought you because you're special. I believe you can handle it. And he just sent him out there, and that so many barriers in Major League Sports have been broken, and just have
Yeah.
helped along that. And because in the sports arena, a lot of times, and there have been. I'm not trying to stick up for the time there has been racism in baseball or just Major League Sports in general. I'm not trying to stick up for that at all because that's wrong. But I've never really witnessed that and I don't have a professional sports, but like in sports, it's you respect the guy who can play.
Yeah.
Like
Talent
you throw down on the
outweighs
court.
everything else.
Mm-hmm. It and I maybe I'm just speaking personally. I don't believe I am because I just don't think
You don't.
that
You
is. Yeah, I just don't see it. I mean, look at the look at the look at the diversity in just Major League Sports, from Major League Baseball to, I mean, tennis, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is definitely interview and hire, the right person for the job. Even, if you want to interview, people of color, I'm biracial. So, for me, but yeah, I am. If you guys cannot tell, I am not fully white.
I am too. I'm Irish and Norwegian.
Yeah. So,
but
but I mean, but the thing is for me, like Devin said, it honestly should not be about the color of the skin. You shouldn't be rewarded for hiring someone because the color of their skin. The reward should come from the person you hired being the best fit for that job.
Right.
So,
So who we taking?
What are we talking about?
Who
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's get back to the topic at
taking? Who
hand.
taking? Rams, Niners.
Oh shit! How
Zach,
did
who you got?
there? Rams, Niners. Fuck, man. I kind of want the Niners. I fucking hate saying that, like you guys were saying, but I kind of like underdogs. But I think I'm gonna have to go with the Rams. I'm gonna root for the Rams on this.
Okay.
All right.
Stafford's a good, seems like a good quarterback, good guy. You don't hear about him a lot and shit.
He
I don't
reminds
know.
me of
We'll
Brett
go
Favre.
with them. And I like the color blue.
I like the blue. So
Lot
I'm
better
actually.
than
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Zach.
I would say a lot better than fucking that ugly ass color red.
Oh,
Careful.
someone been listening to too much Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
A
No,
little
no,
too much
no,
Snoop
no,
Dogg.
no, just anti Niner.
So I'm actually going to go. I am rooting for the 49ers on this one. And the reason why I'm rooting for them is because I really like the way the team is built. I don't believe in Jimmy G. Honestly, if the Niners hold on to Jimmy G, that's better for the NFC division, just because NFC West, just because he's, in my opinion, the type of quarterback that can get you the playoffs, but he's not the kind of quarterback that can win you the big game. If you watch that game, that game was won by that defense.
And Robbie.
Yes, and the kicker. And the special teams for the Niners is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But Also, Debo Samuel. Shout out to my boy Debo Samuel, George Kittle, and Kyle Juszczyk. So
I know they're all listeners.
yeah, well, yeah, obviously. I mean, I talked to them.
Hashtag,
daily,
hashtag,
duh.
hashtag.
Come on now. But
Talking about non postseason quarterbacks, you got to throw Aaron Rodgers in there too. He's got a very low percentage of
Wins against the Niners.
postseason wins. That and no postseason wins in general. He's just not a postseason winner.
I think we all
It's-
collectively, as a country,
Are you-
outside of Green Bay, wanted that game to go that way.
Can you pull me up the stats on that? Because that's hard for me to believe.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. I was already on it. Go ahead, you guys. Go.
Yeah.
I'll go
So,
for it.
well, hold on, real quick. I'm rooting for the Niners, but I think the Rams are going to pull it off.
Mm.
Yes. Very yes.
It's tough, especially being a baseball fan. I like to root for players
Mhm.
and storylines and what these guys got going on. And San Francisco has a good defense, more than a good defense. They have a good offense outside of,
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo. So I
Just say it.
I
They're
feel
gonna
like the
lose.
Rams are going to take it, but I think Jimmy G goes down second quarter. Trey Lance comes in and it's an overtime game.
Wow.
Bold prediction.
Bold prediction.
All right.
We can all hope.
We can all hope. How about the other one, the AFC teams?
All right. So that is Cincinnati
Are you-
Bengals at
Are
Kansas
you
City.
ready?
Oh,
Are you
Hold
ready?
on, Zach's got
Are you ready?
stats.
Are you ready to
Zach's
tell
stats.
me I'm wrong? I thought I was gonna win this one too. I didn't. Well, I don't know. He's 12-10 in the
Yeah.
postseason with one ring. So I mean,
that's one ring more than probably 28 of the other quarterbacks in the league.
oh no,
And
that's
Dan
true.
Marino.
That's true.
And Dan.
I
Marino.
haven't looked.
Sorry, Dan. I love you, buddy. Dan Marino, #1 fan
So
of the
no.
podcast.
Well, that's. I mean, yeah. So yeah, his playoff record may not be the best. He's still a winning quarterback in there. He has won a Super Bowl. But I can't stand that guy. I really can't. I mean, who really likes a guy whose mother doesn't even like him? I mean, let's be real.
he
least he
doesn't even
doesn't-
kiss his
at
mother with
least-
that mouth.
Well, speaking of kissing, at least he doesn't kiss his kids on the mouth at
I don't
fucking
think he has
9
kids.
plus. I don't
Are you
care.
talking
At
about
least he
Phillip
doesn't kiss
Rivers?
any.
9 plus.
No, I'm talking about Tom Brady.
Why you
Have
calling
you guys
9
not seen
plus?
this?
His kid is over 9. He kisses his kid on the mouth. It's a French
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
I don't
it
I'm just. It's.
It's a
I don't
supermodel
know, I'm just making
thing.
fun of the guy. I'm just.
Is
making
it
fun of
a
the
boy
guy.
or a
I don't
girl?
care.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
Oh.
I mean,
It's
I
a
don't.
kid.
I don't care. It's a kid. I'm just making fun of the fucker. God damn
Damn.
it! Get off my case.
Get off of Tom Brady. He left the
No.
Patriots. You don't have to hate
Get
him
off
so
his
much
nuts.
anymore.
Get off his
Especially
nuts.
since he ain't in playoffs.
Didn't make it.
All right. Let's get back on topic here.
Mhm.
Dum. All
So
right.
I ripped another pack here real quick. I'll read this one out. Nothing as exciting as what I've already pulled tonight, but I got a Derek White, a Bam Adebayo,
Bam Adebayo.
and
Adebayo.
then I had it closer the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I'll buy
God,
you.
this is a fucking hard pack, man.
Is it like the
Oh.
Dildo Gate?
Oh, Onyeke. Oh, fucking, it might be harder than that.
Okongwu?
You nailed it.
Yeah,
If I-
Onyeka Okongwu.
Mm-hmm. And then Damian Lillard, will to win was probably the best card in there. Hold on one
Nice,
second, guys.
nice.
Nice Damian Lillard.
There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, you
Closest
can-
thing we got to basketball here in Seattle.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Let's start it off. All right. Cincinnati at Kansas City. I am rooting for Joey B and Cincinnati Bengals. I want to see those 6 shooters, Joe. I want to see you light that cigar and throw those 6 shooters up in the air all over that Kansas City field, brother. But Kansas City will win by 2 touchdowns.
Boo on
You,
your.
you know what?
what?
I really hope that Kansas City doesn't holster Joey Burrow's 6 shooters because I want to see it too. I want him to be in that locker room doing his whatever he calls a dance. 6 guns of sexy, just
6
grooving.
guns of sexy, baby.
And I really want it. And I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes' brother again this year. I don't. I'm tired of that guy. So
Talk about riding his brother's dick.
Fill me in on that because
he's a
don't watch the
TikTok
post games
star.
or anything.
He's a fucking douche, is what he is. He rides his brother's fame.
What's
He's
his
a
name,
Paul
Jackson?
kind of.
He rides his brother's fame. He treats people like shit because he thinks he's a big deal because his brother basically made him famous because he's related to him.
You ain't famous, homie.
I don't even know the first name.
All right. So
Mhm.
my bold prediction: Cincinnati by a touchdown and a field goal.
By a touchdown and a field goal?
Mhm.
You think Cincinnati by 10?
Cincinnati by 10.
Man, you must be smoking some. You must be getting wet right now.
I didn't know I like to get wet.
You must be smoking some angel dust.
Mhm.
10 points?
10 points
Ooh.
with the upset of the Kansas
Damn.
City Chiefs.
You know, I hope, but I don't think that's going to happen, brother. I do not think that's going to happen. Kansas City by 14. While Zach chokes.
I'm saying 15.
Kansas City by 15.
15.
It's done right before the half.
Yeah, it's. I don't. I mean, Cincinnati. I mean, think about this, bro. Joe Burrow was sacked 9 times. Still won the game, but sacked 9 times. I don't know. Frank Clark's gonna be feasting. Frank
I don't know.
Clark and
Sounds
Chris
like
Jones.
a Seattle Seahawks game.
I bet you they had a nice conversation of, hey, listen, I may be a second-year player, but if my ass ends up on the ground again, I am taking away those PS5s. I'm taking away everything that I gave you. I'm going to stick this cigar right on your skin. And then you'll be like, who puts the lotion on the skin? You do, because I hit the ground 9 times. 9 times. Tennessee fans were hyped, though.
Yeah,
Tennessee was hyped.
yeah. I was surprised.
But even though he hit the ground 9 times, he was not rattled.
Joey B, you're a G.
Mm-hmm. Joey
You
B.
are- Joey B, you are a G. Zach, what are you doing over there?
Pornhub.
I just ripped my last pack. Yeah. No. No.
Dildo gates on Pornhub now.
Yeah. So they're getting kicked around watching the ref kick that shit all over the place.
Very
No, I just ripped my last pack. It's nothing exciting.
Well, who do you got?
I
Who do you got for the game?
Who do I got for the game? I got not the Bengals. Unfortunately, I think that I really wish that they would win, but I don't know. Kansas City's pretty tough. They look real strong. Like you said, the offensive line just does not stand up. Kind of like our home team has been. Our offensive line has not been standing up as well the last few years as we did when we were getting to the postseason. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it to the Kansas City Chiefs, but I'm gonna be rooting for the Bengals to pull it out again. So
Yes, sir.
we'll see what
At least
happens.
we're all on the same page here. We're rooting for the Bengals.
Rooting for the Bengals, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm delusional, so
Hey, I hope you're right.
me too.
My delusion will kick in MLB season if we have one.
If we have one.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
we don't need to touch on that because nothing's happened.
So, you know what, guys? Let's go ahead and talk about our next giveaway. We posted up. We had a post up on Facebook. I put a picture up of the 3 seashells. If you know, you know.
Mhm.
And I asked people to go ahead and give me a good explanation on how to use the 3 seashells. And we chose one lucky winner. In my opinion, the best explanation on how to use the 3 seashells. His name is Dan Regalia. Dan, if you're listening to this, please DM us your address and we will ship you out a nice prize.
Let's go, Danny.
Dan Regalia. So just to let you guys know, this is what Dan posted on how to use the 3 seashells. So he said the first use or the first seashell is to scrape away the mess. No, what he's referring to is when you take a number 2. All right.
Who does number 2 work for?
Oh my god.
So, and then the second one is to scrape the mess from the first shelf into the bowl.
So you're using them like chopsticks almost.
In a sense, it's almost, you know what it's like? It's almost
It's
like
a 2-hand job.
it's almost
Well,
like,
what
huh?
about a scoop and flick? Like, bloop.
I just Googled
That shit's
I mean-
gonna get on you.
Yeah, I mean, then your aim's gonna be
Yeah,
off. That's gonna end up on the toilet seat,
because the
bro.
shell's kind of like got that.
I
Oh well,
just
I mean, if
Googled
you
it,
leave
and I'm
in,
fucking laughing my ass off.
All right. So the second one is to scrape the mess from the first shell into the bowl. And the third one is to get everything out from underneath your fingernails. Then after that, you rinse all 3 seashells in the sink and place back for the next person to use. Congratulations, Dan. Great answer. You are our winner. Please DM us your address. We're gonna go ahead and put a we're gonna put a date on it. What do you guys think? If we don't receive a response back, yeah, you know what? Actually, Dan, I'm gonna reach out to you myself. I don't hear from you because that's such a great answer. I'm gonna send you something. I want to make sure to reach out to you.
Nice.
So
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
I've been wondering about this for 20 years.
20 plus years. All right. So
and then
also, we got Frederico back there laughing. What are you laughing about, Fred?
He's reading it on Google's.
I'm like, what if you just had like you went to a bathroom and you went to use the toilet and there's 3 seashells like on the toilet? Like,
That's
what's the first?
Yeah,
thing
what are
that
we
goes
gonna
through
do?
your head? I mean,
what are we gonna do?
That's the reason why I asked, because I needed to know.
Well, I want to know what
I don't
would
need
you
to go this
do?
bad.
I just want to.
No,
I want to go. I
no.
guess what I'm saying is I want to go into a toilet stall and see 3 seashells and just
Oh
fucking
my
have
God.
a great laugh.
When I open up my bar, one stall is gonna have 3 seashells in it only.
You know what I'm gonna do? In the guest bathroom,
With a
take
nice
away all the
towel.
toilet paper.
And put
and put
3
3
seashells.
Ooh, damn.
And
Oh,
then feed everybody
so-
tacos.
So Zach was wondering, what would you guys do if you actually walked into a bathroom and you needed to go, and there was only 3 seashells? Would you go? How would you guys handle that situation? Now, Zach, is this kind of like in a public bathroom, like where there's multiple stalls, or is this kind of like a private bathroom where it's just you and you
Like
left
at work.
door?
Well, I can't remember, where was he at? Put yourself in his situation.
He was at work.
No, he was he at work? I thought he was at home.
I mean,
Oh no, he was at work. Yeah, he was at work.
Yeah.
No, he was at
There
home.
you go.
He was at home.
And then he went to work.
Then he went to work and asked. Okay, so
He doesn't know how to use the 3
so
seashells.
basically, if that was me in that situation,
No, he swore and took
The tickets.
the tickets.
that's after he when he went back to work. Remember, because she showed him the apartment.
In a second.
And he just kind of looked in.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
So
shit.
if that was me, all right,
he could knit himself some toilet paper.
I would definitely just have basically a 30-minute mass sesh. All right, more than likely there's a shower in there, right?
In the bathroom?
Yeah, in the bathroom, because it was at his apartment.
Hey, where the fuck is your shower, Fred?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I would actually just drop deuces, hop in the shower, clean that up, dry off, you're fresh and clean, you're ready to go. Now, if there wasn't a shower, ass is going in the sink with some soap
Like
and splash some water on it.
Lots of
me,
splashes.
myself, and
and
Irene.
lots of
Just
washing.
baby bidet.
No, dude, I'm taking handfuls. I'm with you. Like, depends on what the water pressure.
You know what they
like
still had in the future? Friggin' socks.
That's where my head was going. I was like, I'll take whatever. was in
Damn,
my
so you guys would
apartment.
use a sock and then just throw it in the garbage?
You act like I ate white mask with a sock before.
I believe you
Why?
have.
And then like just throw it away.
Yeah,
In the trash dumpster.
Well, you know what?
I threw mine away in
guys,
the river.
you guys,
That's
they
not a
got,
bad idea.
they got
It's
those
official
people.
unit.
They got those people.
We'll figure out somewhere.
They got those
What
people
about an
who actually
undershirt?
just get who actually just use towels, rags over and over again and
Oh, the
just wash
family
it.
towel.
Oh god damn. Oh,
All right.
no.
Should I talk about 100 years? of
100 years?
baseball?
A beer and baseball is what you said?
Yeah. Baseball and beer. 100 years going strong.
Why not? Let's
Okay.
do it.
So baseball and beer were not always a thing. Actually, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, teams would get kicked out of the league for serving beer. That's pretty freaking crazy. They would get kicked out of the league for ethical reasons because they saw it as a sin.
Can I just interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, of course.
I'm so sick of the unwritten rules of baseball. I'm sorry. The whole thing about, oh, you can't watch the ball fly out of the park because you're showing up to pitcher. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You just got bombed on. Pitch better.
Yeah, I think
You don't want that shit to
I think
happen.
that I don't want to distract too much, but because I could go on a whole rant, but I think it's changed a lot. I think that one's kind of, it's not so much
Gone away a
gone
little bit.
because you still have to give respect to the pitcher, but I still feel you got to celebrate your accomplishment too. You know what I'm saying? Like you watching that shit, doing your bat flip, I appreciate that. Like, but you can't stand there and watch it for like 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? There has to be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Name
you
one
know,
person
like,
who has watched it for 30 seconds, though.
no, I'm not. That's an extreme, but you know what I mean? You know, like, I mean,
So-
but you know, watching one for like 10 seconds feels like a long time,
Yeah.
you know, because, but you know, I mean, yeah, anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
I got my point across.
So in the 1920s, there was a big thing in the United States called prohibition, where that ended all alcohol. It affected baseball immensely. It got to the point where they had people outside the stadiums called walking speakeasies, where people would walk up and be like, "Hey, man, got that liquor? Yeah, dog, I got you." So that was the 1920s. Then a great thing happened. April 7th, right around opening day of baseball, 1933. Prohibition ended and ushered in a new era of beer and baseball. We had our first All-Star game, same year, beer and baseball. And a direct draw beer systems were created by Perlick. And they were introduced in the 1933 season. So that takes us on to the 1940s. Beer started sponsoring broadcasters, starting with the St. Louis Browns. They weren't always the St. Louis Cardinals. The New York Yankees. The home runs there were dubbed Ballantine Blast, which was one of the big beers back in the 1940s in New York. And it solidified beer sponsors for radio for the next 70, 80 years to come. The 1940s did. The
And
50s and 60s.
I was just gonna say that's such a big part of baseball as well because
Oh, yeah.
some of my first memories of baseball games are the smell of beer, of cheap Rainier beer at the Kingdome, the King beers, which were like $1.25 or something like that at the time, a 42-ounce beer for $1.25. And my parents weren't drinkers, but everybody else around you was.
Beer and peanuts.
And I just
like,
always,
definitely allergic to peanuts, but I know that smell. Beer and peanuts.
oh, I'm sorry. That's so sad for baseball.
So in the 1950s and 60s, what happened to radio? It was replaced by TV, which means beer sponsorships moved to being in stadium, being on TV, sponsoring teams. You had teams like Minnesota being sponsored by Hams. You had the Brewers being sponsored by Miller. And you had stadiums being sponsored by Busch. Anheuser-Busch Stadium for the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's see here. In 1962, glycol beer systems were created, which were able to push the beer over 100 feet from one location to another, making it a lot easier to sell beer because they didn't have to stack all these kegs up in this little system. Also brought to you by Perlick, Purelick, whatever. Zach, 1970s, they had 10-cent beer night. 10-cent beer night was a fiasco, but they also had a second 10-cent beer night.
I did not hear that ever in what I was
They had a
in my
second.
research.
You know why? Because it went off without a
Because
hitch. That was it. It was the redemption of 10-cent beer night.
So no
No
crazy-
fires, no riots, no nothing. It went off without a hitch. They had it
I'm
figured out.
I'm sure the security was beefed up a tad, and they probably had I don't know. Did you do very much looking into that?
No, that's all there was. It's like they did it again, and nothing bad happened.
So
I just
no
I'm wondering.
story.
I might look into that a little bit.
The
We
review,
should try
10-cent beer.
try. Well, no, I want to look and see like the precautions they took. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like I'm sure
they had to take something.
security. Yeah, I'm just curious on like, did they put a stipulation on how many you could have? Maybe not 2 at a time, all night.
All night.
Oh my god, that'd be out of hand.
The 1980s had something called the Suds series. The Suds series. Secret word. Suds series. Secret phrase. Suds series. Played by this time the American League Milwaukee Brewers and the National League St. Louis Cardinals, dubbed the Suds series because St. Louis was sponsored by Anheuser-Busch and the Milwaukee Brewers were sponsored by Miller. That was 1980s. Cards win in 7. Present day. Let's just skip to present day. 90s, steroid era, whatever. Present day, all stadiums now serve craft beer. They serve wine. It's a immenseful. No, that's not what I mean. It is an enjoyable experience for all fans for cheap beer and craft beer. It has come a long ways of the days of walking speakeasies. And it just goes to show that beer has been a part of baseball since it started. And that is 100 years of beer and baseball.
Nice little story there, Devin.
Yeah,
Love
They'll
that.
put you to bed. No, that's what I tell my kids. before
No,
bed.
nice. No, I like that because beer definitely has always been a part of baseball, or not always, but until
In some way, shape, or form.
recent. Exactly.
I mean, in the 60s, they were able to serve 10,000 people because of the beer system that they brought up. This glycol beer system, they were able to push it over 100 feet so they could keep them in coolers and serve the masses. And this same company keeps developing beer systems all the way until present day. That's freaking nuts. They got their niche and they freaking nailed it.
Mm-hmm. You next time, I want you to look up the evolution of beer serving in Japan.
Oh yeah,
we
went
touched on it.
over this. Yeah,
Yeah, we went over it a little bit, but I mean, why don't they do that here? You know,
Well,
like
before you guys get too much into that, let's go ahead and save that for the next podcast.
no, for sure,
Alright.
yeah, we should go into that.
No, we just want to make sure we got about 10 more. So 10 more.
10 more.
10 more.
Okay.
All right, we should wrap it up. Sarah, thank yous and whatnot.
Yep. So why don't we go ahead and start off? Zach, who do you want to say a thank you to?
You know,
No, go ahead. You guys go for it first.
All right. I just want to give a shout out to Christopher Combs and Chris Chase on the Bonus Breaks app. If you guys are looking for cheap breaks or you're just getting into the hobby and you don't want to spend all the money in buying boxes of cards, go ahead and check out the Bonus Breaks app. You can download it directly on your Android phone. Google Play, I think it's the store, right? The Google store. Or if you have the iOS app, the iPhone, go ahead and download the Test Flight app, and then you can go ahead and download the Bonus Breaks app within that. This app is in beta, so any information that you guys, any bugs that you guys run into, just go ahead and report it, and that way we can get that app up and running really good.
I'd like to thank Mayonocaster. Mayonocaster is what's bringing you these sultry voices today. We stepped it up and we decided to get some podcast equipment. because we wanted to put out a better product for our listeners, which are you guys. All like 30,000 of you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Totally not embellishing those numbers. Got it off Amazon. Tried to get it off eBay. Don't want to talk about it. Also, I want to, throw a big shout out to Dave Deluxe. He's the one that helped me kind of narrow down what I wanted to get.
Mr. Deluxe.
You.
Thank you.
I'd also like to thank my co-hosts for being here whenever you need them, because we are here. I don't know if you guys know this. We talk like 3 or 4 times a week, even though we do a podcast every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We're always spitballing and talking about Dildo Gate and whatever else comes up. So big
Long
shout
night.
out to these two.
I want to give a shout out to our fans first and foremost. Thank you for listening to us. Remember to give us a like and share wherever you listen to us, because now you can give a like and share on you can give likes on Spotify. So that's huge. If you guys can give us likes on there and share us, that'll up the algorithms and get us on higher up on the lists of when people Google sports and sports card podcast, because there's a few out there. I don't know how many there are, but I listen to a couple myself, so I know there's a few. I also want to give a shout out to where I get my weed is the Satori. Actually, it's called Peace of Mind. Excuse me, they changed their name. POM is what we know it here in Pullman, and also Glassamy, where I get my glass at here in town. They'll hook you up with all your glass needs and vape needs and stuff like that. So yeah.
I'll throw out one more shout out.
One more shout out. Yeah, go ahead.
So where I get my fancy drink most of the time would be it's one of our listeners.
Sir.
He works at the gas station on Laurel. You know who you are. Shout out. Represent. Way to go, George.
What'd you drop there?
Nothing important.
Dildo.
Also, other
Later.
information I did want to give you guys as well is you will be seeing a lot more posts on our Rip Sips and Hits page. With breaks going on. We'll have some duck races going on if you guys are interested in that. If you guys have any questions or you guys want us to talk about any topics, please feel free to leave a comment on the page, and we'll reply back to you and everything. Start spitballing ideas, but we need to know what you guys want to hear. And then also, with that being said, you guys got anything else?
Nope. I was gonna say what you're gonna say. Yeah. Thank you.
On the YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook.
Yes, follow us.
Give us reviews.
Share.
We're just you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're your homies. We're people that we talk to. We're not professionals. by any means.
We're people we talk to.
Yeah. I mean, we just speak what's on our mind. We try and stay as focused as possible. But in the end, we're doing this because we love it. We love doing this stuff and sharing it with the listeners and whoever we can.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. So why don't you do this for me, Devin? Why don't you go ahead and give me a little T-Pain action?
Oh, T-Pain.
Yo. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. This is the end of the show. We just want to say thanks again to everyone. Peace, love, and we're going to leave you with a song. Devin, you ready?
I'm ready.
You are
My fire,
the one.
desire.
Believe
When I say
I want it that way.
tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Tell me why.
I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Peace out, motherfuckers.
Deuces.
See ya.